Hello everyone. I did my hair kind of 70s style today. What do you think? You like it? It's got those kind of curls that go feathery down like this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not 70s style, but I tried. Well, anyway, today I'm going to tell you a story. Y'all always like hearing stories, right? I'm going to tell you about the time that I had a stalker. A real stalker. You know, I hear these lame stories about people who had stalkers and like all it really was is like, you know, somebody going on their Facebook page all the time. That's not a freaking stalker. You know, somebody going to your house one time, that's not a stalker. That's just, you know, somebody came to your house one time. It's totally different what my stalker was, because I had a real stalker and I had a crazy stalker. It wasn't just some guy that liked me. Actually, I don't even think he liked me at all. But he stalked me anyway. So, here's how it happened. I was 18 years old, and I was in college. I went to Houston Community College, and I took an acting class. It was like a theater acting class. You know, you kind of made friends with everybody in there. And there was this one guy, and I don't know how old he was. I think he was like 30 years old or something. But he was from Vietnam, and he had an accent, and his name was Phi. That's P-H-I, Phi. Phi Thong Cao. That was his name. Which really, if you think about it, it's like fee, like money you pay, thong, an underwear you wear, and cow, moo. So it was really kind of English, but that was his name. It was Phi Thong Cao. He was Vietnamese, and yeah, wouldn't it be funny if somebody that watched this video knew him and was like, I know Phi Thong Cao. Anyway, he's probably still crazy, I'm sure. Anyway, this is what happened. I was in acting class, and you know, he was pretty nice. He said he worked for MCI. Does anybody remember MCI? Whatever happened to MCI? It was like a phone company or something. He said he worked for MCI. He'd always come in with an MCI shirt on. So anyway, he came one day and he said, oh, I'm going to do a commercial for MCI. And he was like, do you want to be in it? And I was like, okay, whatever, because I was in his acting class. You know, he seemed pretty normal. Actually, he didn't say it like that. He had a really heavy accent. He goes, MCI, I do a commercial for MCI. And so that sounded kind of Russian, which he was not Russian. He was Vietnamese. I'm not very good at accents. He sounded kind of like Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls. You know, Mojo Jojo. That was him. Phi Thong Cao. And so, and I'm totally not trying to be racist. I'm saying it like he said it. So, anyway, he said that he would meet me at my house and pick me up, and we would do the commercial. So I lived with my parents at the time, and I said, oh, I'm just going to go with one of my friends from class, and we're just going to go make a commercial. So he shows up with this camera guy that has this big-ass camera, because back then, you know, you had these, I don't know what it was, a Beta SP tape or something. And it was like a news camera looking thing. So he picked me up with that guy, and we drove like downtown, and we went to all these different places, and like I was like, this is weird, because it was not a commercial. He had a one-man crew, and I found out from the guy that he was just some guy that he had hired. Like, it wasn't an MCI commercial. It was just Phi making his own MCI commercial that wasn't even anything about MCI. It was like me walking around at a mall. Like, he was like filming me walking around at a mall. And I was just like, this is weird. So he took me back home. I was like, okay, bye. And it's just like, he's crazy. But I didn't really think anything of it, because I'm just like, whatever. That wasn't a real commercial, and it was stupid. Phi doesn't know what he's doing. So I was just like, kind of blew it off or whatever. So, I think this was like, I don't know. I think this was like on Christmas break. So it's like I didn't have to go back to class with him after that, because we had gotten out for this semester, and it was like around Christmas time. And so then, since he knew where I lived, he just kept coming over. I don't know why. But then this was like so long ago, like it's all like broken little, I mean, I remember most of it. But he would just come over my house like randomly, and he would knock on the door, and I would answer it, and he'd be like, "Oh, I bring you free gift," and he would like give me like a keychain with a pig on it or something, or and then one time he rung the doorbell and he goes, "Free gift!" And he had like this flower, like this little red flower. And I was like, "Okay, thanks, Fee." And then he would leave, and I would look at it, and it was like it was underwear shaped into a rose. And this guy like never never acted like he was in any way interested in me, or it did not seem like some sort of sexual thing. That was the only sexual thing that he ever gave me. It was like these sexy red underwear. But in a way, I think that it was like he didn't even know that was underwear. It's like he thought it was a flower. And so, I mean, I don't know if he knew. And then, I woke up one morning and he was like asleep on my porch, and I was just like, "What in the hell is Fee sleeping on my porch for? Are you kidding me?" Like 6 a.m. I'm like, "Oh my god, this guy's crazy." So I would like tell my dad, and like he would like be like, "Okay, Fee, you gotta go," and but nobody really thought anything of it. Everybody just thought, well, that was weird, but maybe like he's like from another culture, and maybe they like do something like that. But why would he be sleeping on my porch? Like, he never really answered to anything, and like you couldn't really talk to him because it was like he didn't speak perfect English. It's like he would only get out like a few words, and then you have to kind of like try to figure out what he was talking about. And yeah, it was just weird. And then on Christmas Eve, we had like family there, and he shows up on Christmas Eve, and my dad lets him in, and I'm just like, "Dad, what are you doing? Fee's freaking crazy, don't let him in." And so he let him in, and Fee came in and was like, "Oh, hi." Like, why are you coming to my house on Christmas Eve? Why does he keep coming to my house? Like, multiple times he's come to my house for no reason, just give me free gifts and just to be annoying, just to be weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I didn't have a cell phone or anything back then, so it's not like he was texting me or anything. I didn't even know if they had texting back then. But, I mean, maybe they did. But, no, not everybody had cell phones yet. I didn't know. I didn't get one until, like, a few years later. But, anyway, but I was kind of late getting cell phones, so I'm not exactly sure when people started getting them. But enough about that. So he wasn't calling me. He didn't, I don't know if he had my number even. I don't even know if he had my phone number. He might have, my home phone number. But, what else happened? He came at Christmas Eve. I don't know how they got rid of him. Oh, yeah. There was somebody at the party that spoke Vietnamese, so she talked to him, and she was just like, "Yeah, this is like a family thing. You're going to have to go." And so he left. And then I think he kept, when I did the commercial with him, I remember he kept saying that I was a superstar, and he would be like, "Yeah, you're superstar, superstar." And like he would say that all the time, like when he would come over, "Hey, you're a superstar." And it was weird. I don't know why he thought I was a superstar, because I wasn't a superstar. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. But that's what he would say all the time, like I was famous, like I was a celebrity and he was stalking me. But like I did nothing. I was not famous. I was in the school play, I was not famous. So he kind of started, I guess, getting annoyed that I wasn't like his best friend or something. So then he just started being freaking weird. Like he had those, I don't know what they're called. You know those martial arts thing? They're like these things on a chain, and you like do them like this, like these little sticks, and like you fight with them and you go like that. So he would like dress up like a ninja and film himself like doing all these things, and like doing like this, because he sent me a videotape in the mail of this once I started saying that he couldn't come over anymore. He would like start doing all these things, martial arts and doing ninja stuff, like him at a fancy hotel doing ninja stuff, and then he would intercut it with like him taking a shower. And so he was in the shower, like it was closed, like the shower door was closed, but like I could see pubes and stuff in there. And I think like he like got out and like peed in the toilet, and he was like recording all this and sending it to me in the mail, and I'm just like, oh my god, he's freaking crazy. And my dad would be like, well, he's an interesting filmmaker. Oh, really? He's an interesting filmmaker. No, I don't think so. So, that was weird. Like, I don't want to see you taking a shower and peeing, Fee. That's just too much. Like, way too much. And so, after that, he might have come by. I don't remember, but every time he would come over, I would just be like, okay, you gotta go. And so, the funny thing about this is that I wasn't even really scared at this point. Like, I still wasn't scared. I just thought, he's such a loser. So, what happened next? I'm coughing. I've been talking too much and it's making me cough. So anyway, the next videotape he sent me like him doing the martial arts again. And then he sent me like some movie from, I don't know what, it was some Asian movie, some Asian martial arts movie. And there was a bunch of people getting killed, like a bunch of women getting killed, like these people just murdering these women. And he would intercut that with himself doing martial arts. Like, what was he trying to say? That he was going to come kill me? I'm really not sure. And I don't know what the point of that is. So, after that, I would be like, okay, he's kind of freaking crazy. And then he would send me these little things in the mail. And he sent me a picture. This is like back when Elizabeth Taylor was still alive. And he sent me a picture of like Elizabeth Taylor in a wheelchair and like celebrities that had been in accidents. And he said, accidents happen. Like he would mail me that freaky stuff. So after he did that, I was just like, screw Fee. I'm like reporting this piece of shit. So I went down to the Bel Air Police Department that's in Bel Air, Texas, where I lived. And so I went down there and I'm like, this guy is like crazy. He's like harassing me. He's showing up at my house and he's sending me these threatening things. So I took all the stuff and oh my god, I wish so much that I'd have made a copy of those tapes, because if I did, I could have showed y'all now. But no, I gave it all to the police. All those crazy tapes. It would be so funny to put on YouTube, wouldn't it? But no, I sent all the evidence to them. And so what they did was they called him on the phone and they told him to stop harassing me. And they said that he would get in trouble if he bothered me anymore. And so he pretty much agreed, but he did send me one more letter. Actually, it wasn't a letter. It might have been a letter. It was either a letter or him on an audio tape. I think it was him on an audio tape. And he said that, you are just experiment for University of Hong Kong. So he tried to say that he did all this crazy stuff to me because he was doing an experiment for the University of Hong Kong. And, like, somehow that was supposed to, like, be an experiment for school. I don't know. And he obviously didn't go to the University of Hong Kong. He went to Houston Community College with me. I mean, come on, dude. You don't go to the University of Hong Kong. And I was not an experiment. No school would make that experiment. But that's what he tried to say. And then he said, you are crazy tigress. So he calls me crazy. Crazy tigress? I don't know what that means, but that's what he called me. So, yeah. So that was my crazy stalker story, and I hope y'all liked it. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Okay, goodbye.